Over the past 30 years, John Maher has earned the reputation as one of the most creative marketing communications executives in the MI industry. You might think that's an exaggeration, but it's really true. Having spearheaded successful grassroots initiatives for international companies like St. Louis Music, Peavey, Fender, Roland, and Costco, John eventually worked his way up to communications director for the entire industry for NAMM, the International Music Products Association. Striking out on his own as an independent marketing consultant that also included other industries, John drove up from LA to meet with a new client in Petaluma, fell in love with the town, talked the client into hiring him full-time, bought a heritage home on 5th Street, and moved there with Brenda, his bride of 38 years. Realizing nothing lasts forever and also understanding no one in the Petaluma area was aware of his past success, John decided to create a new local brand to see if he could nurture it into a household name to showcase his brand building capabilities in the hopes that if the time ever came, John could point to this household name as proof that he knows what he's doing and that hiring him would certainly be a smart investment and a safe bet for any employer who is looking for measurable results in a communications or marketing capacity, regardless of the industry. The plan was to first identify and then target a specific demographic. John decided to attract and befriend families with children. The strategy was to create an image that families could identify with, using education and making music as the communicator and talking directly to the kids. It all started here.
I'm here with John Maher, and he is AKA Petaluma Pete, and we are in my grandmother's house in front of my grandmother's piano, and Pete has a special project that he's working on in the city of Petaluma, and I wanted him to tell you about what he's working on. So welcome to the Torliet household.
Thank you. I have been pulling pianos around downtown since I don't know, about 8 months now, and I went to Craigslist and found an old upright piano, brought it home, painted it up, and I put it on a cart, and I take it downtown and play just for the fun of it. And it's called Petaluma Pete because nobody remembers Petaluma John. Petaluma Pete is on the front of the piano, and folks give me tips, and they seem to like it a lot. And so the project is that for the fun of it, I am going around to all of the different places downtown that have pianos in them, and you would be surprised how many there are. The list just goes on and on. So what I'm doing is going into these places, playing the piano and videotaping it, and we're going to do something for the celebration of Petaluma's 150th year, it being 2008, called Pianos of Petaluma.
Wow. Well, welcome to Petaluma, and we have a great treasure here in Petaluma Pete, and he's going to play some music for us on our way out.
This interview was a result of a previous interview on the streets of Petaluma when a reporter from the New York Times-owned Press Democrat interviewed John the very first day that he and his piano appeared at the corner of Western and Petaluma Boulevard. Immediately following the Press Democrat posting of this interview, John was invited to the family home of Mayor Pamela Torliet, where she interviewed him for a Petaluma Community Access broadcast. Instinctively, John seized on these two interviews and set to work with the creation of a DVD entitled The Pianos of Petaluma, where he visited downtown merchants who actually had pianos in their stores, videotaped his hands playing each one, and showcased other merchant businesses set to the rhythm of his music. John incorporated the Petaluma 150th anniversary as the theme. He wrote, filmed, narrated, and edited the entire project himself, including the graphics and the external packaging, along with a counter display, and gave the entire package to the Petaluma Downtown Association free of charge, who paid to have thousands of copies made and placed them in stores all over downtown Petaluma. Now, the Petaluma Visitors Bureau, then a separate organization, heard about the project and started selling the DVDs through their website along with the Petaluma 150th Anniversary Coffee Table Book. From there, Petaluma Community Access TV began broadcasting the program every day for months, and we were off to the races. Keep in mind that John was and still is a successful full-time marketing communications director for an international manufacturer, so everything you are about to see was created after regular business hours and on the weekends. So the next step was to open a Petaluma Pete YouTube channel and start populating it with short, family-friendly videos directed at kids, teaching them about Petaluma nonprofit fundraisers and other local events. This caught the attention of the Argus Courier newspaper, who contracted John for weekly Kids Corner videos for kids only. Having recently completed training in the art of social networking through his full-time employment, John realized the value of producing absolutely free, informative, educational videos for organizations that otherwise would not be able to afford this level of production. Additional benefits would be distribution of these videos by these organizations through their own channels. In less than a year, the Petaluma Pete brand was gaining household name recognition because of viral distribution of these videos through organizations like Petaluma People Services, COTS, the Petaluma Phoenix Theater, Friends of the Petaluma River, the Petaluma Quilt Guild, Mentor Me Petaluma, Cinnabar Theater, Petaluma Educational Foundation, Rivertown Revival, the Petaluma Music Festival, the Petaluma Salute to American Graffiti, Petaluma Small Craft Coalition, the Petaluma Fire Department, Petaluma Parks and Recreation, Petaluma Veterans, Petaluma Animal Shelter, Petaluma Heritage Homes, Art in the Park, the Petaluma Police Canine Division, the Farmers Market, and the Salvation Army. The Petaluma Downtown Association recognized what was happening here and created a separate Petaluma Pete section on their website, and then contracted to have the Petaluma Pete character appear in TV commercials pitching their downtown events. That's when John was invited by the Argus Courier to join the newspaper as a blogger, allowing him to further promote the brand free of charge. Keep in mind, please, that this video resume is not about Petaluma Pete. Instead, it's about John Maher, and about demonstrating how any brand created by or handed over to John Maher can achieve household name status, including yours. The Petaluma Pete brand, now about 18 months old, continued to grow through John's management and experienced an unprecedented first by being featured on the City of Petaluma's website homepage in an effort to help Petaluma garner votes for the Google network. The character was then featured in a positive political cartoon on Petaluma 360. From there, Petaluma Pete was voted Best Local Musician in the annual Argus Courier Petaluma 360 People's Choice Award poll, which was John Maher's rock-solid indication that the brand had reached viral growth status and had taken on a life of its own, especially since he doesn't even read music.
John Maher Pete himself is part Petaluma ambassador, part musician, and he's this year's Best Local Musician. Accepting the award, Petaluma Pete.
John then noticed paintings and drawings of Petaluma Pete showing up at art fairs by serious artists with their works in well-known Sonoma County galleries. He then noticed parts of his videos had been picked up and broadcast by ABC Channel 7, and then back in September 2010, Arts Sonoma awarded John a grant to produce the first annual Petaluma Pete Piano Festival and YouTube promotion, which is on record as having over 17,000 views in less than 4 weeks, over a third of the entire population of Petaluma. Immediately following this tipping point plateau, as they say in the cyber world, John was voted Grand Marshal of the annual Butter and Egg Days Parade, and a special float was built for Petaluma Pete and his 600-pound upright piano, and the Petaluma Pete brand was paraded and viewed by over 30,000 spectators during this city's largest annual event. Prior to this parade, the Petaluma Pete brand was featured in the Petaluma Post newspaper, in the Butter and Egg Days special advertiser supplement, and in the more affluent Petaluma magazine. The Petaluma Pete brand saturation point was actually approaching faster than expected. Since then, John Maher has been asked to employ the Petaluma Pete brand as Master of Ceremonies for the annual tree lighting event in Theater Square and for the stage at the Tribute to American Graffiti event this year. He has also been invited by the City of Petaluma to MC the annual fireworks program at the Sonoma Marin Fairgrounds on July 4th. Finally, you can now find John Maher, not Petaluma Pete, sponsored on the home page of the Petaluma Area Chamber of Commerce website, with his wardrobe courtesy of Petaluma's very own Louis Thomas Fine Men's Apparel. So if the resumes are coming in fast and furious for your marketing and or communication position, and you are wondering how on earth you are going to get through it all and make the right decision, feel free to contact John if you would like to meet and discuss hiring him full-time, or if you are interested in any of his freelance consulting services. Either way, thank you for watching.